back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, and in this video here is going to be the start of a new show that I'm going to be doing weekly, where I will just be talking about Arsenal, how I think the team is doing, how we've been performing over the past week and everything. But the start of a new show right here, and the new show is going to be called Gunners Weekly. And yeah, it's just going to include a whole range of things to do with Arsenal, whether it be transfers, the way we're playing, things that are happening inside the club, people that have moved abroad, loans and everything like that. But yeah, mainly just to do with my thoughts on how I think the team is doing at the moment. And start this show off, I'm going to start off with a little bit of transfer news kind of thing. And this week we have been reportedly holding talks with Julian Alvarez and his agent, just to find out if there is a deal, and if we do decide to go forward with a deal to try and sign him in the summertime for next year, because I don't think it's happening in this January transfer window, but what the terms he would want, etc, etc. kind of thing. Nothing concrete yet, but Julian Alvarez, I think he's a very good player. He's the type of striker that we could do with, but with Mikel Arteta it'll be very... I'm unsure where Mikel Arteta would play him. Hopefully he would play him down the middle and kind of hope from him what he first thought he would get from Gabriel Jesus, and that's someone that's going to work hard. He has a good touch, he can link up the play well, but when he gets a chance in front of goal, he's going to put it in the back of the net. So Julian Alvarez would be a great signing for us. And there is also a Cameroonian striker that we have been linked with, and this Cameroonian striker is called... Hold on, sorry, again I should have had this ready for everyone, ladies and gents. Etayong, if I've pronounced that right, I don't think I have. But Etayong, and Etayong is from, hold on, again I should have had this all ready, really and truthfully. But yeah, he's another striker who also plays in Karl Etayong. He's a Cameroonian striker. He is currently playing in La Liga for Levante. He's currently playing in La Liga for Levante, and he's scored 6 goals along with 3 assists in 17 La Liga performances. So again, he seems like one for the future. He's only 22 years old, but I would concentrate on Julian Alvarez myself more. He's more of an established player, and I think he could fit into our team perfectly, to be honest. He would be like another Gabriel Jesus, but hopefully a bit more clinical in front of goal, which he has proven that he can be at Atletico Madrid. But moving on from the transfers now, Gunners, and on to the game that we had yesterday again with Man United. Again, another crazy game for us, and a game where we lost 3-2 at home in the Emirates to a rival from a long time ago when we were winning titles back in the 90s and the early 2000s. It was a very entertaining game, you could say. We went 1-0 up. 1-0 up through... I thought it was a goal from Timber, but they've put it down as an own goal. It looked like it came off Timber's leg for me, but somehow they're saying it came off of Martinez's back heel. So okay, then own goal, but it was a ball to Odegaard from Saka. Odegaard has miskicked the shot. That miskick has fallen to... that miskick has fallen into the path of Julian Timber, who just got in front of the defender and managed to knock it home as well. 1-0 to the Arsenal. Like I said, a decent start, little bit of a scrappy goal, but sometimes you need something like that to open the floodgates, as they say. But No, that didn't happen, because moments later, Man United came up the other end of the field and made it 1-1 with a horrible, horrible mistake. I don't understand. If you watch the goal again as well, Zubimendi, who passed it to Zubimendi initially? I think it was Saliba. No, Declan Rice, I think, passed it to Zubimendi and then rang off. But then Zubimendi decided to pass it back to Saliba, when he could have passed it out right. If you look again, when they're playing in the build-up and everything, if he had looked to the right of him, Jurriën Timber's standing there in acres of space. But no, he decided to go back to Saliba. Saliba's knocked it back to him. Again, Jurriën Timber's on the right-hand side in loads of space, completely ignored it, went to play it back to the goalkeeper, under-hit the pass. When Bremo gets on the end of it, from there, we all know Bremo is quite a clinical finisher, took it around Raya, composed, and then just slotted it home 1-1. And from there, Man United we just went into our shell, as we always seem to do. Like, when we go ahead, instead of taking that initiative and pushing on to try and win the game, as winners do, people with a winning mentality would want to do, we seem to go, no, okay, we've got the goal now, let's take it easy, we're going to play it safe. We do more triangles of passing in our own half than we do in the opposition half. We seem to be more creative in our own half than we do in the opposition half. Doesn't make no sense. It's actually backwards thinking, if you ask me, kind of thing, and that is a massive problem with the way we play football at the moment, and it is a massive problem why we're struggling to score goals. Along with, we don't want to move the ball fast enough. I don't understand every time Saliba wants to get the ball as well, that he wants to take an age on the ball, kind of thing. People give Saliba a lot of credit for his technical ability, but I look at him and I think to myself, he's not technically that great, to be honest. He's very just bog standard, if you ask me. He can do the simple passes here and there, but his vision, his awareness, bog standard. I wouldn't ask Saliba to do a cross-field ball to the other side of the pitch either, so technically he's okay. He hasn't really got the greatest of first touches, if you ask me. He hasn't really got, but as a defender, his reading of the game is amazing. I know it sounds like I'm just cussing the team at the moment, but I think these are problems that have been hidden away by our good form, kind of thing. But you say good form, but if you actually look through a lot of our games as well this season as well, we've had quite a few lucky wins, man. From when own goal is your, I think, joint second or joint third top goal scorer. That kind of shows that we've relied on a little bit of luck this season, guys, in my eyes. Own goal is in our top 3 for goal scorers this season. It's a bloody disgrace. And all the attacking players in our team should feel bloody ashamed in my eyes. Standards, man. Standards. And it kind of goes to a thing that I've said before in the past as well, that consistency. For me, when I was younger, what made someone stand out, or for me to say, okay, you're world class, is when they do something like Arjen Robben, he could cut in and you knew what he was going to do. He's going to whip it into that top corner, but you just couldn't stop him because he had built his consistency of doing that up to a level where 7-8 times out of 10 he's going to do that. There is no player in the world at the moment that has that kind of consistency in my eyes, apart from maybe possibly Haaland, because he knows how to score a goal and he consistently gets above 20 goals onto 30 goals a season. So he is consistent at scoring goals. He realised what he was good at and he made sure he became consistent at it. There is not one player in our team that can say that they can do that. There's not one player in our team that consistently does something. I don't see Saka consistently setting someone up. I don't see Saka consistently scoring goals. But Saka is supposed to be our best player. And that is a massive problem in football today. But it's a massive problem within our squad because we're scared. We're very scared, kind of thing. The pressure comes on and it's been shown all throughout this season, not just now. We came up, pressure game against Liverpool away at their ground. Safety first, we're going to take things easy. We lost the game. We came up, pressure game earlier against Bournemouth. Was it against Bournemouth? No, earlier, just before this game against Nottingham Forest, 0-0. 0-0 against Nottingham Forest, coming again. And then again against Liverpool before the Nottingham Forest game. We played them. We should be beating Liverpool. They're not in the best of form at the moment, kind of thing. And again, when are we going to thrash one of the big six teams? But that's for another day. But yeah, 0-0. I mean, what was it with Liverpool? 1-1. 1-1. So it's like pressure moments. The last 3 seasons, we get near to the end of the season and we fall off. Pressure moments, mentally, we just can't handle it as a team. And I think that mentality comes from the coaching staff and Arteta a little bit. But I have to put the blame on the players, because from when you cross that right line and you step onto the field, okay, you've got the tactics, you've got the plan from the manager, but it's up to you to implement it. And if the game's not really going to that way, it's again up to you as the player to say, okay, I have to try something different now to try and push my team into the assertiveness. Either give them the lead, bring them back into the game, assert some dominance on the game, kind of thing. Our players are terrified. When have you really seen Saka take on a player and actually properly get past him? He's not like when he's struggling and then he just whips it in. I'm talking about he left the man. When have you really seen Martinelli leave a man, kind of thing, to be like, yes, boom, he's past him, I can whip it in now. They don't really do it, man. They're terrified. They're actually scared to do it, if you ask me, because many a time they run up, kind of thing. Yeah. And I think someone on Sky Sports mentioned this the other night when they were talking about it. Arsenal like to recycle the ball way too much, kind of thing. You're running down, kind of thing. You can whip the ball in the box, but no, safety is telling you, safety first is telling you, no, cut the ball back, recycle, let's do the U-shape a couple of times, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And when we're doing that U-shape, there's no one in the middle to try and, okay, we're coming round, let's try and go and cut through the middle sometimes, or use them as a backboard almost, so you can do a quick 1-2 with that person and you can burst through. All of this to me is very simple. So to say Arteta can't manage this kind of football, then to me that's poor, man. He's managed to make us an amazing defence. He's managed to do that. Why can't he bring that same sort of standard to the attack? That's what people need to ask themselves right now, because it's pathetic sometimes, man. It's really, really pathetic to say that here we are, we're supposed to be the favourites against Man United, and they came to us like it was back in the 90s again, and we were fighting, boom, for the title, but we're not, well, we're fighting for the title, but they're not, kind of thing. So we should have dealt with them. We beat them earlier on at Old Trafford, 1-0. And you could, even if you look at that game, you could say we were a little bit lucky, because Man United had a few chances that they unluckily missed, kind of thing. And then we took our chance. And then, yeah, okay, the defence managed to stay strong. So, but at the same time, Man United missed some easy chances in that game. So, again, it kind of covers, it kind of masks what really happened. You see what I'm saying? But I'm here to give you my opinions, and I'm just going to be honest. I'm just going to be honest in what I'm saying. I don't really have any narrative apart from I want Arsenal to be the best that they can be. I believe Mikel Arteta can win us the title this season, but I don't believe he can turn us into winners where we consistently win things. I feel like we're going to win the title out of just, what's it called? Out of just, what's the word I'm looking for? Out of just, you know, when they say, it's just gone. Why do I just lose these words when I come on in front of this camera? Just out of sheer luck almost is what I'm trying to say, because, you know, when you try and you're just doing the same thing, knocking on the door completely, chipping away, and then eventually it will break, kind of thing. Like, I feel like it's just out of that more than that we're forcing it upon the teams, that we're being dominant over the teams, like other people have said as well already. We're going to win this league mainly because of our defence, but also as well because the majority of the teams that are usually title challengers, they've just fallen off. If this was any other season, the way we're playing at the moment, we wouldn't be top of the league. We would be back in third place because Man City and Liverpool would be dominating. They would be dominating and making sure that they win games. At the moment, they're not. And we can't even really, 4 points ahead, but that's only 4 points, man. If we go to Man City's ground and we're only 4 points ahead and they beat us, now we're only 1 point ahead. But that's going off of we just keep the same distance by then, kind of thing. So, I don't know sometimes, Gunners, man. I would love for Mikel Arteta to win the title because I believe he deserves it. I believe he deserves it because he's dragged us out of the trenches and he's made us challengers again. But winners have a certain type of mentality. When situations come like this, they're looking to dominate and make a statement. I don't believe we have really ever made a statement apart from the time when we beat Real Madrid. But again, we didn't assert ourselves to go on and win, kind of thing. So safety first will only get you to a certain point. Past that point, you need to take risks. Real winners take risks, and that's in life, that's in everything. When you want to build a business, you got to take risks, kind of thing. Me, even doing this, I'm taking a bit of a risk because I've never done this before. So, but if you want something to work, or you really want to make a statement somewhere, you got to take a risk at one time. You have to take a risk, and Arteta is teaching these guys to be safe, not to be risk takers. And in doing so, he's not teaching us to be winners. He's teaching us to be part of the crowd, and then one day, our time will come. But you need to force the issue if you really want to be winners. You think Man City are waiting around for one day? You think Liverpool waited around for one day? No. They were forcing the issue each and every year to make sure, no, we are the ones, kind of thing. We don't do that, man. We're waiting for everyone else to give it to us. If you ask me, waiting for everyone else to give it to us. And here they are, giving it to us, and we'll still say, oh, I don't know. Is that hot enough? I don't like the colour of that. It's just too much hesitating from everyone at the moment, if you ask me. But like I said, I think we're going to win the league this season, but will we be winners? Boy, that's for next season, to be honest. But we still need to win the title this season, so yeah, it's going to be a crazy journey. We put pressure on ourselves, but as long as we can find some form again real soon, I believe we should push on. But I need to see some improvements going forward. I need to see something different. I mean, they say, why do we concentrate on crossing the ball into the box when we don't have any aerial presence? We don't. If you're saying Gyökeres is an aerial presence, he's not great. Look how many goals Gyökeres has scored in his career from a header. Not much, so that's a lie, really and truthfully. Marino doesn't play up front for us, so again, pointless. And when I see Marino jump, I don't really see him jumping that high. It's only because he's quite tall he gets away with it again. So again, and he's not actually great at headering. He can get his head there, but when it comes to direct it, he just puts his head there and kind of closes his eyes and goes, kind of thing. He's not actually amazing at headering, kind of thing. So I don't understand why we concentrate on that. When we're panicking as well, why is it? Again, crosses, can't do nothing through the middle. You know why we can't do? Because everyone's on the edge of the play. That's why no one's in the middle to act. You only need someone in the middle, really and truthfully, to act as a backboard. They just need to take one touch most of the time, all the time, because it's just a quick 1-2. Pass the ball into them, follow the pass as you pass it into them, so when they get it, they can just knock it back to you, and you can carry on running. Kind of, it's so easy, simple solutions. No one wants to try it. No one wants to even try it, kind of thing, because everyone's on the outside, and if they're not on the outside, they're all standing in a line with the defenders. So how can we build up if everyone's just waiting for the ball to come over the top? How can we build anything up? Explain that one. Again, to me, basic tactics. That's basic. I'll be looking to see that in Sunday League, and here I am seeing the Premiership football. I see it in international because England do the same thing as well. But that kind of levels have just dropped. Simple things have just become, I don't know, like it's rocket science all of a sudden for these guys. It's rocket science. It's like, what, you want me to go in the crowd? In the crowd? What can I do? Quick one touch, my friend. That's what you can do. And I think it's not rocket science kind of thing. But yeah, I won't go into that too much because I could speak about that forever. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys, today. If you could like and subscribe to my channel, that would be amazing. Like I said, I'm hoping to do this show weekly, every Monday. The times might vary on Monday, but it will be every Monday. But until next time, Gunners, take care of yourself and come on, you Gunners.